Hello everyone, this is Pre-Algebra. Lesson 5-3, Simplifying Expressions. In this lesson, we'll be able to use properties of operations to simplify expressions. Let's start with solve and discuss it. How can the tiles below be sorted? Look at the tiles here. Can you group them together? How can you sort them? It doesn't have one answer, but you can sort the tiles with common things. What are some common things you see here? We got some constants. We got some variables with constants. We got negative constants. So if you can group things with similarities, that would be great. So you notice the negatives. We can group with we can group the negative constants. There are some negative constants that has variables and that don't, so we can group them separately as well. So what else do you see? So we see constants, we see variables with constants, the coefficients, and then now we see negative constants and negative coefficients. So let's group them. Let's make a table. Just positive constants. You see 3/8, 1/5, -2 is negative 4.25. Okay, just constants, only constants without the variable. What about negative constants? You see -2, -0.5. Right, that's it, right? And what else? You can have positive coefficients with variables. So it has 3/5y. We have 2.1x. We have 1/2x. That's it, right? And we have negative coefficients with variables. That's -0.5x and -2.1y. Do we see anything else? Okay, let's see if that's everything. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10. Yes, that's everything. So if you have another group system of your own, that's fine. Just make sure you group the tiles and know how to explain them. You can't just say, oh, because I like them, right? It needs to be reasonable. Maybe you have a different grouping system where it's, oh, anything greater than 0 or anything less than 0. But what about the variables? You don't know what variables are going to be. Are they positive, negative? So think about those, okay? Or you can group them with X tiles and Y tiles. And then the numbers, right? X tiles and the Y tiles and the constants. So there are multiple ways you can group them, but these are my grouping, okay? You don't have to have that, but make sure you have your own. Let's look at focus on math practices. Would sorting the tiles with positive coefficients together and tiles with negative coefficients together help to simplify an expression that involves all the tiles? What if we have an expression that has all these tiles? So what if we have to add all of them together? So for example, 3/8 minus 0.5 plus 1/5 minus 0.5x plus 1/2x was 2.1x minus 2.1y plus 4.25 minus 2 plus 3 over 5y. Would it help with grouping them together like that? Sure, because maybe it helps you to not make mistakes, right? If you group negatives together and you just add all of them and keep it as negative. If you group all the positives together, you add all of them and you know it's positive, then it's harder to make mistakes, right? So that could be a good strategy. Or you can disagree with that. You can say, no, like it wouldn't really help because there would be two different variables, even if you sort it that way. So you'd have to sort a little bit more specific, maybe just the negative coefficients, or maybe just the negative constants, or and positive constants and positive variables. Okay, so either way. Okay, so I wrote down both of them. You can say yes, because you can add the negative or positive coefficients together, and maybe you can add negative or positive constants together and simplify a little bit. Or you can say no, because there are two different variables, so you can't simplify them. So they have their points. So whatever you agree with. Or you can write both, like me. Let's move on to the next page. Essential question. How are properties of operations used to simplify expressions? Example 1. Combine like terms with integer coefficients. A teacher used algebra tiles to model negative 2c plus 3c minus 5 minus 4c plus 7. Do you guys remember algebra tiles from last semester? We have it in the classroom. So if you need it, you can ask Ms. King for it. Okay? It helps you to visualize the abstract things into a tangible tile. So it is helpful. So look at this algebra tile. You can simplify the expression. So C's together can be added and subtracted. Red tiles and green tiles, positive and negative, together, they could be taken away. They're gone, okay? So -1 plus 1 is 0, right? They cancel each other out. So you can cancel these together and cancel these together and have one C left. But you have more C's here, right? So you can have this C and that C together and cancel them out. And the yellow tile and the red tile, they could be canceled each other out because they're the same tiles. So two red tiles, two yellow tiles, two small red tiles, two small yellow tiles, one, another one, and another one. So what you have left would be the simplified expression. So visually, can you see it? That's what you're doing when you're simplifying like terms and combining like terms. So step 1, write the expression. That would be -2c plus 3c minus 5 minus 4c plus 7. You can group them together with like terms and add the coefficients. And then combining like terms basically means you're canceling out the opposites. So then you have -3c left and positive 2 left. So that's going to be your simplified expression, -3c plus 2. Why can you not combine unlike terms? Why can't you cancel this one out? Does it work? No, because you might need more of these tiles to match it. And you don't really know what C is, right? You don't know what number that is. So if it's 3, you have to match 3 of them, but you don't know. So you can't add or subtract, right? So let's try this question. See if you can do it by yourself. Come back when you're ready for answers. Simplify the expression. Okay, fill in the blanks. We got the expression -6 minus 6f plus 7 minus 3f minus 9. Okay, how can we group them together? Let's group the f's together. 3f, we got -3f and a -6f. And we got 7, we got -6 and -9. Okay, and if we add like terms, what is the coefficient for f? -9f. And then -6 plus 7 minus 9 is -8. So that's your simplified expression, -9f minus 8. So convince me, how do you decide in what way to reorder the terms of an expression when simplifying it? How did we reorder them? By like terms. You reorder the terms of an expression to group the variable terms together and the constant terms together before combining them. It's convenient if you can see it all together, because if you don't, you might forget to add something. You might forget to subtract a constant, right? So it's easy to, it's better to group them together so that you don't make mistakes. Let's write that down. Okay, so you reorder the terms of an expression to group the variable terms together and constant terms together before you combine them. Okay, example 2. Combine like terms with rational coefficients. So simplify this expression. When you have a rational coefficient, what's a rational number? They're fractions. They're numbers that can be written as fractions. Remember that? So what if you don't have whole numbers and it's not easy? That's okay. You still use the same rule. You just have to do operations in fractions. So if you have different denominators, how do you add them? You match the denominator. Okay, so first use the commutative and associative properties to reorder, and you can group the like terms and get ready to add the coefficients. Now add the fraction, add the decimals, and you get 2/15x plus -7.5, which is simplified to 2/15x minus 7.5. Okay, it's okay if you have both fractions and decimals in one expression. That's fine. All right, let's see if you can try part A and B here. Can you simplify these expressions? Okay, so you can group the coefficients here together. 59.95m plus 7.95m plus 9.49m. And then you have -30 plus 45 here, right? So you can put a parentheses and say, I'm going to group them together. And if you add the coefficients, you should have 77.39m and minus, or wait, 45 minus 30. So that's positive 15. Okay. And what about part B? Group them together, all the p's together. Variable, the terms with the variable p. 0.5p plus 1/2 p plus 2/3 p together. Then you're going to add -2.75. You don't have to put parentheses like that, but I just wanted to show you that they're different terms. They're not like terms. Okay, and then 0.5 is 1/2. So 1/2 minus 1/2 is 0. So you just have 2/3p left. And then we have minus 2.75. So that would be your simplified expression. Okay. Example 3, combining like terms with two variables. Simplify the expression 4a minus 5b minus 6 plus 2b minus 3a. Ooh, what if you have different variables? Are they like terms? No, they're not. A and B cannot be added together because they're not like terms. See, they have different color codes. So A could be added together. B, terms with B could be added together, but you cannot add A's and B's together. A plus B is just A plus B. You can't do anything about it, okay? And that's okay. So group the A's together, group the B's together, and constant is just -6. So adding all the A's, coefficients for A's, you have 4 minus 3, which is 1. So that's just A. And then the B's, -5 plus 2 is -3. So that's -3B. And the constant stays negative is -6. Okay, so let's try this problem. Can you add the like terms even if there are two different variables? So simplify this expression. We're going to group the G's together. We have 5G minus 10G. And then K is just K. And then you have -3.7 and 11.1. Okay, add the coefficients together. 5 minus 10 is -5G. Do not forget your variable. 4K is 4K. -3.7 plus 11.1 is 7.4. So the simplified expression is -5G plus 4K plus 7.4. Okay, and that's it. You cannot get more simple. You can stop there. All right, so what did we learn in this lesson? When simplifying algebraic expressions, use properties of operations to combine like terms. First, you need to know how to group like terms. What are the like terms? Can you add them or not? You can add and subtract like terms. And if you see unlike terms, just leave it, or they have their own group, okay? You can combine like terms to simplify expressions. All right, that was lesson 5-3, is simplifying expressions. We'll continue with the next lesson, expanding expressions, in the next video. Thank you, bye.